I thought that in this country it is innocent until proven guilty. That was the idea. But as time has passed and society has grown, and I mean in numbers, not in maturity, it became guilty until proven innocent. Then, with the media coverage and the media's propensity for pushing propaganda and political messaging, it has become guilty or innocence lies in your likability. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. So not too long ago, we had the actor Jonathan Majors, who has starred in various projects from Lovecraft Country, where he became a known commodity, up until the MCU, where he was poised to be the next Marvel big bad. Well, in his ascension to stardom, like most ascensions to stardom are, there were bumps. This bump seems to occurred at the perfect time. And what I mean by that is it happened just as his latest role in a dying genre and horribly run organization known as the MCU coincided with an allegation of domestic violence by his now ex-girlfriend. It goes back to this. Jonathan Majors was arrested in New York City on March 25th, 2023, over an alleged domestic dispute with his former girlfriend, Grace Jabbari. The arrest stems from an alleged confrontation during a car ride in Manhattan the previous night. Prosecutors say Majors assaulted Jabbari after she read a romantic text message sent to his phone by another woman. The alleged incident also includes choking, harassment, and fractured fingers. Jabbari has said she received treatment for minor head and neck injuries after the incident. Now, there is video footage of that evening, and I will let the video footage speak for itself. The video comes courtesy of the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, and as you can easily read, it says, video released from Jonathan Majors' trial shows the actor's ex-girlfriend chased him down in New York City after what prosecutors say was a violent March encounter inside the backseat of a car service. Now what you see is, you see him pushing her inside the car repeatedly. Now you may feel how you feel about that, but he is pushing her inside the car and he is trying to get away from her. She is holding on to him. You see this. He pushes her again. He continues running. He's running and he's running. He has a good length of time. Well, I mean, a good distance, a good gap of distance between those two. Now, I want you to understand that he is being charged for assault for the pushing her in the car. And as you see in the video, repeatedly, who's doing the running? Who's doing the chasing? Does that look like somebody who just beat a woman? But I know what you might be asking. Well, Tucker, how does a man who beat a woman look? I can tell you because I know domestic abusers. Both sides. I know the abusers. I know the victims. I've seen it from both sides of the spectrum. The only time that domestic abusers run away from a scene is when they fear that the police are being called. Not trying to run away from the woman. Nor have I ever seen a woman, after getting her quote unquote ass beat, chase after the man. So, those were the charges. The charges against him are this. Well, they were this. He was facing charges of assault in the third degree with intent to cause physical injury, assault in the third degree recklessly causing physical injury, aggravated harassment in the second degree, and harassment in the second degree in connection with an alleged fight between him and Jabbari that spilled onto the streets of Chinatown in March. There you have it. This was the case. These are the charges. Now the case is over. And I didn't speak on it until the case was over because I like to get all my shit together.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together.
I like to present you with a full picture. If I am going to speak on it, I am going to speak on it with all available pertinent information and, if applicable, my own personal experiences. So when the case was over, you had the media and YouTubers only broadcasting the fact that, oh, he was found guilty. He was found guilty. He was found guilty. As a matter of fact, there was one YouTuber who even went so far as to say that these charges proves that he's a monster, that he's guilty, and he doesn't understand how his current girlfriend, the actress Meagan Good, can be in court with him knowing that he's a woman beater. That YouTuber went on to imply that she has questionable character or low morals, that there's something wrong with her for being with a man charged with domestic violence. Damn the evidence, damn the video. She's stupid. And because it said he was guilty, and he was found guilty of 2 charges, that he has to do it. He had to have done it. Now let's see what exactly those 2 charges he was found guilty of out of the 4. I say again, which 2 was he found guilty of out of the 4? Majors has been found guilty in a split verdict. So even the 2 that he was guilty of wasn't a unanimous decision. It's telling you right here. Majors was found guilty of 2 charges: misdemeanor assault in the 3rd degree, recklessly causing physical injury, as well as harassment in the 2nd degree, which is a violation. The actor was found not guilty of misdemeanor assault in the 3rd degree with intent to cause physical injury and misdemeanor aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. Now, I talked to attorneys. I have a couple of attorneys that have been my attorneys and friends for a while, and they gave me some insight. They also put me in touch with a friend of theirs that I was able to question that practices in New York. And what he told me was something very interesting. The charge that he was found guilty of, misdemeanor assault in the 3rd degree, recklessly causing physical injury, that was put in place for the very situation that happened. Because see, the whole fight started with, as you read and I spoke on it, when she saw a message in his phone. She took his phone. Now, before I go any further, I find it rather odd that in New York, snatching a phone out of someone's hand can be considered an assault, but no one discusses that because he's a man, she's a woman. I guarantee you that if he snatched the phone out of her hand, it'd have been an assault case. But moving forward, in the attempt to get his phone back from her, and fellas, if you're listening, women too, when you're fighting over a phone, fingers, hands, wrists get grabbed. Nails get broken and popped off trying to get the phone back. But that's how her finger got injured, let's say it that way. Because as he was trying to get his phone, he broke her finger. That is what it means in New York to be charged with misdemeanor assault in the 3rd degree, recklessly causing physical injury. That's why it's a misdemeanor. Recklessly causing physical injury, that's a situation. Like if you and someone got into an argument and they grab you and you're getting away from them. You're moving your body, you're knocking their hands down, and maybe you bruise their wrist, you snap their finger, you dislocate their wrist. You're in trouble. And also understand where this happened. It's happened in New York City. New York City is so asininely run legally that, remember, this is the same city that arrested a man for defending himself from an assault. Remember that. If you don't remember it, look it up. That's New York. Now, when asked about harassment in the 2nd degree, harassment in the 2nd degree is essentially making overt bland threats. Keep your ass away from me or else. Don't make me knock you out. Leave me alone before I kick your ass. That is what can be considered 2nd degree harassment in New York City. Yes, that's what he was found guilty of. That simple he admitted to. That. But if you let the other side tell it, that makes him a full-on monster. That makes him a villain. It does. That's what they say. And referring back to the YouTuber, that's his belief. He just ran with it. Oh, he's a monster. It proves that he's an abuser. No, it proves that the New York legal system is full of shit. And it does prove that he was trying to get his phone back. Hell, using that logic, you have to believe that O.J. Simpson isn't a murderer.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
Because he was found not guilty of murdering. He was found not guilty. Even though a little time after that verdict, he wrote a book called If I Would Have Done It. Yes, O.J. Simpson wrote a book, If I Did It, and tells you how he would have, quote unquote, done it if he did. Translation, he wrote a confession. And he knows there's nothing you can do to him because of the double jeopardy law in this United States. Now, you would think that would be the end of it. You would think after Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, people would learn, hey, this was bullshit. She lost her mind. Because, as the video showed, he was running from her. As a matter of fact, he's the one who called 911. But all that matters. As a matter of fact, let me tell you something else that doesn't matter. The eyewitness, the limo driver of the vehicle, where he says, Naveed Sawar was the driver, said the actor was not doing anything, referencing a set of interactions between the couple in the car that night. Then of Jabari, the woman, he said she was doing everything. Oh no, but she couldn't. He's a big man and she's a small woman. I've done a video on this before about the laundry list of lies that women have told to get me in ruin for various reasons, all of them illegitimate and f***ing stupid. So let's not pretend like, oh, this is something brand new and that it couldn't happen. No, let me give y'all the truth of it. Woman mentality. He was getting text messages from another chick. He wanted nothing else to do with her, apparently.
Cancel that bitch. I'll buy it now.
Especially when all this came out. So what did she do? Oh, I'm going to play this up. You're going to leave me, I'm going to ruin you. Doesn't that sound like typical bitterness and pettiness? So y'all are trying to say that's out of the realm of possibility? But that's what the media and society would have you believe. Same thing with Johnny Depp. There is still a good portion of people that believe Amber Heard. Even though Johnny Depp was proven to be falsely slandered, there are still people that believe Amber Heard. And then what really set people off, then people get emotional. He has to be guilty because I can't believe it. I can't believe that, number one, I'm going to be real with y'all right now, he was dating that white woman. Because I've seen comments on other videos discussing this, and a lot of them from the black community, from black women, oh, what did he expect dating a white woman?
Look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
Oh, what did he expect dating outside of his race? Oh, that's what he gets. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Those feelings, those thoughts, those emotions really came to full bore and flared up when they heard this recorded audio of Jonathan Majors and his ex-girlfriend, Miss Jabari, getting into it when she came home drunk one evening.
What are you doing right now? Period. This is actually, period. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really though, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? I would like to get to the point where your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Grace is gonna be out of commission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't.
No. Do you understand that? Because that team, that unit, right? Grace has to be in a certain mindset to support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama, Barack Obama's wife.
I know. I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm
No,
sorry.
let me just lay it out for you, right? If I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my shit, my trauma, blah, all that said, right? And I'm not saying I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. That's real. I'm not being a dick about it. I didn't ask for it. I've worked, and that's the situation. The woman that supports me, that I support, that needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices the way that man is making for her and for them ultimately. Last night, 2 nights ago, you did not do that. You did not do that.
I'm sorry.
Which took away from the plan. And the plan is everything. If it was just you in the house drunk, maybe I could have swallowed it. Or I would have felt bold enough like, oh, babe, let's just go to bed. Which I said, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm not hungry, blah, 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 blah. Because Grace isn't here. Why? She was drunk. Why else?
You see, all the sisters got mad when he made reference to Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King. You see, they took it as, oh, he tried to make her a black woman. He tried to blah, blah, blah. Everything that he said in that was dead on. Because he wasn't telling her to change the pigment of her f***ing skin. He was trying to get her to understand the mindset and mentality of being the wife of a prominent public figure. You can think whatever about him, but the fact is, he's a headliner. The fact is, he's known. And the fact is, how his wife or girlfriend, and he's trying to prep her to be the wife, as you can tell in the conversation. He was prepping her for wife. He's trying to get her to understand there are things that you cannot do because it will reflect on us. And whether you are a celebrity or not, that goes, period. How your spouse behaves reflects upon you, period. You don't have to like it. That's just the way it is. But because he invoked the names of 2 very classy women that were married to 2 very classy, high-profile men, people lost their minds. Well, I'm pretty sure that if he knew the wife of Bill Gates, he might have used her. But he's a black man that used the knowledge of black history to make an example, to make a point. And black people lost their minds. So that really pissed them off. They completely overlooked evidence and logic. What that driver said didn't matter.
Get the fuck out of here.
What that video showed, it didn't matter.
Not even a little.
See, people saw that as him being overbearing and controlling. No. As a man, you should believe that you are a good man. And he admitted it. With my temper and my other issues, I'm still a good man. There's no man perfect. But he let her know this was not the plan. But what did people believe? What the media put out there. Found guilty, found guilty. They didn't say he was found guilty of bullshit. Period. Because, again, your guilt or innocence is now based upon your likability. See, that made him unlikable. So he's guilty. He's a black man dating a white woman. That makes you unlikable. So you're guilty. Damn the evidence. You're guilty. Damn the results in court. In court, where it even proves you did nothing malicious and you weren't trying to threaten her. Damn that too. I don't like you, so you are guilty. Hopefully, we won't be like this in 2024. Hopefully, we can leave that shit back there in 2023. I doubt it, but let's try it. Because it's got to stop, people. We've got to go back to the core. Innocent until proven guilty. You've got to start using past examples of petty ass women. Because we've seen it time and time again. When women get their feelings hurt, how they come after you. Chris Hardwick, he moved on with his life. Got engaged, about to bring a child into the world. And years later, his ex accuses him of abuse. He was abusive. Ain't that a bitch? Gotta stop it, man. Sadly. And women, y'all gotta check yourselves, check your other females, check your peer group. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have some real abuse get ignored because petty women, petty vindictive women are wasting the court's time, police time, accusing people of things that they did not do. It's gotta stop. Jonathan Majors waited too long and too late to get away from somebody. I mean, let's think about it, y'all. Think about how crazy that is where she actually recorded their argument. That lets you know her mindset the entire time. Why would you record that? Oh, you think it's going to make him look bad? Or you're not going to look like some drunk lush? You're not going to look like a 304 out here? Because what I did not mention, and I should have mentioned a while back, was that The very night that she claimed that he hurt her and he was abused, the same night that you saw him running away from her down those streets in Chinatown in New York, that a few hours after that video, she was in the club shaking her ass. Oh yeah, up in the club shaking her ass. But she had just been abused, y'all remember that. Like I told you, sadly, I've seen women be beat by their men. And being in the club is the last place they want to be seen. The last thing they want to do is even be around people. But this heifer, come on, man. Do better.
You've got to do better, Senator.
I hope you were entertained and informed by that video. If you have something to say, got some thoughts on it, be sure to leave a comment down below. I ask that you share it out, spread the word. If you want to hear me bumping my gum some more, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a video and you can hear more of me chow-chacking. Please remember that these are exclusive videos on YouTube and Rumble. What you get on one spot, you may not get at the other. So follow me on both sites to get the full effect of Free Mind Thinkers. And until next time, remember to stand up, stand out, think differently. Holla.